What's up everyone? Welcome to Vic's Vehicles. Today we're going to open and install a Hella fog lamp kit, specifically the Hella 500. Now you might be asking, why go with the Hella old school light setup when you got LEDs on the market today? Well, we're going to install this on an older classic car. And to match that classic look, we're going to go with the tried and true Hella 500s. Alright, let's see what's in this box now. Alright, so they package the lights individually. Here's one. Two. Set of instructions. Hardware kit. Two hardware kits. And your wire harness. So inside the harness pack you have your relay, a switch and some connectors, and your main harness. Alright guys, so we have the wire harness untangled, and I'm going to show you the basics of how to get this all connected. So we definitely want to run a relay. One option is to splice these lights in line with the existing lights, but that runs the risk of running too much electrical current through your existing vehicle harness. So we'll avoid that scenario by using a relay system. By using a relay, we can use our own power source direct from the battery to power these lights. On the relay you have 4 connectors labeled 30, 85, 86, and 87. So what we're going to do once we hook this up to the car is we'll hook this red wire directly to the battery. This red wire will connect to a 30 slot to give you your constant 12 voltage power. And then you have your blue wire, which will be your ground, which you can also connect directly to the battery or any other metal contact point on the chassis. And then we have 2 leads coming out, black and a yellow. So this black one will run all the way from the relay to your lights, and this will provide your voltage to the lights, so you'll just connect black on black. The blue lights on the Hellas will also be connected to ground. So basically any metal point in the chassis will serve as your ground. And then the trick to get your lights to activate automatically is to hook up the yellow wire to your stock lighting. So when your stock lights turn on, it'll activate the relay and send voltage from the red wire through the black wire and into your lights. If you want to splice a switch in line, you can do that, so that way every time you turn on your lights it won't automatically turn on and you have a way to deactivate it. So we might do that, or we might not, we'll see. Depending on where we want to place the switch, if there's a good spot, we'll either put it in or leave it out. And then if we want to use a switch, we have the option of just doing it directly in line with the yellow using this extra green harness, which also contains a fuse and your blue ground wire. What's up everyone? So we made it to the garage now and we're going to start fabbing this up. So before we start wiring, we need to get this light mounted. So we have some basic supplies, basically just some L brackets, aluminum or steel, get it from Home Depot or wherever your local hardware store is. And then we're going to cut this to size, get this mounted. So one side will go on the light and the other back side will mount directly to the bumper with some more aluminum supports behind. So we're going to use our angle grinder and cut these brackets down to the right size. Alright, so we're going to use our angle grinder to cut these brackets down to the right size. Cuts like butter. Then we'll just take a file to kind of smooth out the rough edges. Alright guys, so I got the bracket mounted up. So it's basically just those L brackets that we talked about. And I bent a small piece of aluminum. So on the other side of this bumper is another bar going across. And that's what it's screwed into on the back side. So super stiff. This thing is definitely not going anywhere. So you can see those brackets I've fabbed up. So just a simple L bracket and the Hellas mount right to it. So to wire it, I basically tapped the parking lamp, and so I used a little connector. So that's that green wire going spliced right into the parking lamp harness. So that green wire, that goes to the switch inside the cabin, and then that you can use to trigger the relay, which I have right here, tucked away, oh, right there. And then basically, when you turn the parking lamp on, it'll send a signal to the relay, assuming your switch is on, to draw power from the battery and send it to the fog light bulbs. So I used this split wire loom to hide all my wires. Actually does a really good job of making it look pretty OEM, and ran it along the firewall over to the battery over there. So you can see, yep, there's the battery. So I got my ground there as well. And basically goes from the relay, here's my split loom wire, goes there, and then eventually down to the bumper and out to the fog light. So I got my wiring there, also nicely tucked away. And yeah, not bad, pretty easy to wire actually. A little time consuming, but simple in theory. Alright, now that we got the lights mounted and the wiring done, we can use a little bit of soldering just to make sure these connections are tight. Alright, so I ended up using the switch. I wanted to have control over when the lights could come on and off, independent of the main lights. So I got my switch wired up, and you'll see we have 3 cables, or wires here. The black one is ground. The green one is the supply line from the parking lamps, and the yellow one goes back to the relay. So when I turn my parking lamps on, the current will come through the green wire and activate the switch. And that way, when I activate the switch, it'll pass the signal on through the yellow wire into the relay. So that's how we shut the lights on and off. So you'll hear a noise because I got the door open, but you'll see the lights on, off, so it's working good. Alright, so I ended up mounting the switch inside the compartment. That was a good idea to have the lights, you know, function independently. It actually works really good. Alright, so you've probably been waiting to see what car I mounted this on, and it's actually a W126 S-Class. So the look, I'm still kind of growing on it, but it's not bad. I think it matches the front pretty nicely. So here's how it looks with just the parking lamps on. Here it is with the low beams on as well. And then here it is with the fogs off, but the low beams on. Looks pretty indiscreet, can't even notice they're there really. But gives it a nice sporty look still. Alright, time for the all-important beam pattern test. So first, with the click of one switch, you can get the parking lamps on. There it is, they're the orange color. And then we can see the low beams, just, there we go. And yeah, you can see how the lights aren't spread off to the side at all. It's just all concentrated right in front. And if we put the high beams on, there, again, no spread off to the side, just all focused in the front. Let me show you what the hellas look like. There we go. Look at that. Nice, low and wide. Completely illuminates everything off the side of the road. Perfect for what we want in a fog light. It's really good for spotting those deers on a country road. Sneaking off to the side. And then we can put these on with the main low beams. And look at that. Perfect. So we got nice widespread, low, not going to glare oncoming drivers since it's below the low beam. So we got, this is perfect cutoff. I'm really happy with these hellas. Nice light output. I mean, not super bright, but good enough for what we spent. Entire kit was $50, so not bad at all. Yeah, it's great. So again, low beams with the fog lights. Just the fog lights. And yep, there we go.